Yo! Welcome back to another edition of the Crewsinpodcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is Tuesday, July 25th. And you know what that means. It is Bleach Tuesday, where we are me. I'm sorry, where I, Andrew Cruz, will be reviewing the Bleach anime, Thousand Years Blood War. And today we are reviewing episode 3 of this season. But first, where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. Yo, let me tell y'all something real quick, man. This anime right here is fucking with me. I don't know if they want to fuck with me right now, but I know I've said this before because I know I said this before and it's fine. But I love watching the absolute brutality that this show has like evolved to. The brutality of because there's only one way to really showcase literally somebody that's been asleep slash preparing for 1,000 fucking years, okay, to go and kill a whole the whole soul society. It the brutality of this show is very much unmatched. What I also love about this is that they haven't shown Ichigo in 2 episodes now. We haven't seen Ichigo, and we haven't seen any like the Soul King or anybody else for about 2 episodes right now. And I'm over here like, yeah, I'm gonna need to see my homie. I need to see my guy here soon. And it looks like in the I've seen like little still shots. Look, I might be weird. You might think I'm weird or whatever, but I do not like watching previews to the next show because sometimes they give away like way too much and that bothers the fuck out of me. So what I do is that Andrew Cruz avoids all of that because I think like I forgot what it was, man. I forgot what show. It might have been like Sons of Anarchy or something like that. Like they showed a it might have been Sons of Anarchy. I might be wrong, but they showed like a preview, and it's like, oh well, this person, somebody got killed, or somebody that was supposed to be killed off came back or some shit. I'm just like, fuck, man. I don't what. Like, why do that? You broke my heart now. Like, you hurt me. So now I'm at a point where I don't watch previews. I've seen the still shots. I've seen like, okay, well, they're gonna show Ichigo. It looks like Ichigo is still in the Soul King's palace, getting ready to fight for real, for real, for real. See, everybody in the Soul Society thinks that they're going to try to kill him, and that's not the case. Like the like pretty much the lieutenants might fuck up and try to kill him, but that's about it. But we're going to talk about this episode. This episode right here, I just want to say that Kisuke is one of the smartest characters on this whole entire. I don't think they talk about how smart he actually is. Like the dude was the one that started the fucking R&D portion of the Soul Society as being one of the 13 court captains, being one of the captains. And then, Kurosaki took over. Course, I literally, let me tell y'all something. I practiced his name before I started this shit. Kurosuchi. But I just want to put this out there. I literally practiced his name before I started talking. I promise you this shit, and I still fucked it up. I like that they still left him being the comic relief, kind of. Like he's still not kind of, but he's actually still the comic relief. Like he was on the phone with him talking shit, like talking about how he got everybody's Bankai back and he knows how to keep their Bankai, blah blah blah. And then like what you call it's like, yo, this is like an unauthorized call. I'm gonna hang up on you now. He's like, what? You can't hang up on me because I'm already here. And I love that he just appears. You know what I'm saying? Like it was amazing. I love it. I remember when it started off that his name was Mr. Hatton Clogs. Like and now Kisuke is like we got to see kind of a background of him being like the captain of the R&D one of the R&D lab. Now we are, how many fights do we have? We got Toshiro fighting Bazby or whoever fuck else he was. I forgot the other dude's name. I ain't gonna lie to you, but he's fighting right now. Shit, who's fighting the girl? Oh, Shinji fighting fighting the girl that like literally killed one of her subordinates because she was so upset. I don't know if she killed them after coitus or sexual conduct happened, but all I know is the dude was cut in half and she was zipping up her shirt. Um, there's a couple fights, man. There's quite a few fights. Old Baldy and the one that wants to be pretty and stuff like that from Squad 12, Squad 11. I'm sorry, there was Squad 11, and they're like the third and fourth seats of it. But they have to hide their abilities because they are not supposed to be. I know they always wanted to hide they always wanted to hide their powers for some reason. I think, what is his name? Yeah, I knew it was Squad 11. Fuck y'all. Yeah, I know my shit. Yeah. Ikaku. That's what it was. Ikaku and Yami. There he is. So those two are fighting this wrestler guy. Oh, and then the squad, the bull with the chains, man. His name never shows up sometimes. But yeah, his name never shows up sometimes, but they're fighting this wrestler dude. He was like, "Oh, well, I'm fighting 3 against 1." And he has on his mask, and like they're fighting. They're pretty much like a wrestling match where, like, if he loses, he gets to take off his mask or whatever. But I think the most important part of this episode was Shinji finally showed his Bankai. He was able to show his Bankai. And his Bankai, I'm not gonna lie, a little mid. It was a little mid. I was hyped for my boy because that's one of my favorites. He was one of my favorites coming out when they showed him as Vanguard, as one of the Vasgars. And I'm surprised. Well, I guess he's kind of hiding it right now, but I'm surprised that he's kind of hiding that his holification, like, because all of them taught Ichigo how to use his holification, and like that just opens up his spiritual pressure so much more. I wonder if the Ritters have that information about him. His sword, his fucking Zanpakuto, he has more respect on that one. I liked it because he was sitting there swinging it back and forth, and you're sitting there watching. I'm like, why is he swinging that shit back and forth? Pretty much with his Zanpakuto, it makes you feel like you're upside down, and it fucks up your, it seems like it fucks up the equilibrium of the person. And the girl was getting all fucked up and things like that, and then the Bankai happened. But it seems like, and maybe I'm no, I'm not, no. It seems like every time the the captains finally get like some type of edge over these people, over the Quincy's, there's like a zag that happens. Like there's something worse around the corner. Like, yeah, they got their Bankais back, but now, well, okay, so the thing we learned from Yoichi is that, I'm probably saying this name wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. But Yoichi is he starts talking about this and starts talking about the Bankais. And he was like, those Bankais really? No, sorry. It was Kisuke. So Kisuke talks about, those Bankais pretty much are working against them. They're not supposed to be using Bankais. So the Bankais are kind of eating them up, and what the stolen Bankais are eating up the fighters. I mean, eating up the Quincy's. And kind of poison. It was like a little slow poison going on. Now, there's a double-edged sword to this. They can't use the Bankais. If they unleash them, they like literally are killing themselves using this shit. But what's also happening, as we found out at the end of this episode, is that those Bankais that those people that were stolen, The problem is that they, or hold on, before my fucking computer goes off, I forgot. They actually unleash their powers. They'll unleash the Quincy's powers even more. Makes them even more powerful. It looks like they got like little wings and shit. It's fucking awesome. And then all of a sudden you see like crosses being put into the sky and shit, and you just like, oh, this is they're about to get fucked up again. Like Soy Phone gets her shit back, but Soy Phone's one is cool because it's just like a rocket, which should work against a fucking robot. But you know, yeah, clearly shit, it just ain't working. But you know, them still in their Bankais was tough because yeah, most of the captains can't fight without it against these Quincy's, but them fighting with their Bankais might actually be harmful for them to be able to use. It was cool how Kisuke was able to get it back. I think Kisuke overestimated, like maybe overcorrected maybe too much, and like maybe should have left a little bit of something inside of them. I wonder if that's what they're going to do. Once again, I haven't read the manga, so fuck off. Maybe he left something like in them a little bit to like, all right, well, you still want to be suppressed a little bit. But I think the Bankais were way too strong for Quincy's, and like literally once they got taken away from them again and put back into the Soul Reapers, they started having a little bit. They started getting their powers back pretty much, and it's just like I'm excited for the next episode, man. I'm so excited because I think that like the Quincy's about to fold the shit out of all these people, man. I don't know how Rangiku is still alive. I don't know how Toshiro Hitsugai is still alive. I don't know how Soy Phone couldn't walk. She had to get carried by her lieutenant to shoot a fucking rocket. And now the person that the robot that they're fighting against just got stronger. Holy mother goose. And not Kisuke, Shinji was about to like finish the girl off, and now all of a sudden she just got a boost. Now I think he's gonna have to use his boost, like I said, which is the holification, which I'm very excited about. I wonder where his lieutenant is at. Can tell the truth. She's a beast too. Yeah, and then pretty much the lieutenant and the third and fourth seat. I would that wrestler is a fucking problem. I don't know how he's a Quincy because he didn't use any arrows, and then you find out that most of the Quincy's that are the steroids that are being used are Ronkars, are older Ronkars. Now, by the way, just putting it out there, making sure everybody understands. The first season, the first part. I'm sorry, first part of 1,000 Years Blood War. Somebody walked in to talk to Kisuke. And then Kisuke was like, "No, go back, no." But you can kind of see it's a Ronkar uniform, and it's pretty much I know who it is. It looks like Grimmjow. And if it is Grimmjow and fucking Ichigo are gonna fight together to beat these motherfuckers, oh shit, oh shit, oh fuck, man. If this happens, so just in case if you haven't watched Bleach, Grimmjow Jaggerjack comes into the scene and folds Ichigo twice. No, folds Ichigo once. He folded Ichigo twice. Once. Sorry, he folds him once. The problem with Grimmjow is the most gangster fucking moment in possible anime history. The motherfucker, after Ichigo gets his soul chain taken away from Ukiyoda, Grimmjow walks up, tells Odahime, throws Odahime to Ichigo and says, "Heal him." Like, what? Like, heal him. I want to fight him at his best. He said, when that motherfucker ready to fight, that's when I'll be ready to fight. He needs to be 100% I don't want no injuries, no nothing. Now, just in case people, I know a lot of you don't probably watch Bleach a lot, but like Odahime can heal up injuries. That's literally her powers. But yeah. I'm surprised they haven't shown their like training sequence yet. I think this is supposed to be 10 to 13 episodes, this part of it. And I want to see them training and shit. Like, how are they getting ready to fight the Quincy's? I hope there's a way that they actually tell us that, like, Uryu's on is maybe a fucking double agent or something, dog. I need to know something Uryu because, like, it's bothering me. Like, he's just standing there. I don't think he's really talked in 2 episodes. He's just standing there. And I'm just like, I can't have this right now. It's crazy because he fought with the Soul Reapers. You know what I'm saying? Ichigo was practically one of his best friends. And I'm like, is he there to kind of like convince Ichigo that, like, yo, maybe you should be part of these, maybe you should be with your family, because this is really your family, you know, and also the winners. So, like, they clearly have the advantage right now, because not only have they done one sneak attack on you, they even told you when they were coming back and still sneaked attack you again to whoop your ass. I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited. I love this show, man. I'm telling y'all this Mappa and the uncensored version of this, like the unsolicited, like motherfuckers is getting their shit cut off and all showing it and everything. This show got so much better. I didn't think it could, and it did. It got so much better. I love Bleach, and I love that this is part of, like, this is like, oh man, it was cool that we actually had to wait 10 years for, this to come back. They did this so smartly. Oh man, I think they needed to find the perfect, not like the perfect timing of technology to kind of match up with what they wanted to do with the 1,000-year blood war, because this is huge. This is a big event in the manga. I haven't read it, but I know this is like one of the bigger events of the manga, because Quincy's, once again, if y'all haven't seen it, Quincy's were practically eradicated by fucking Captain Yamamoto. But we all saw in part 1 what happens to Captain Yamamoto, and which bothers me. Actually, that fight, I'm not gonna lie to you, it kind of bothers me, because, like, whatchamacallit should have fought him at full strength. I like that. That was a bitch made move. But then again, who could really go heads up with Captain Yamamoto for real, without, like, I mean, you might hurt him a little bit, but, like, no one can actually go one-on-one with that motherfucker. Let's be real for a second. Even like I say, man, Hensagai's fucking Sanpakuto. It's the most basic fucking, and if that's the only thing you can really do, and you can't actually fight with it, like, what are we doing here? You're a waste of fucking time. Like, yeah, Baz B, his name's Razby. So, isn't it Raz B a rapper? That's a rapper, right? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? No, Bazby. He's folding this motherfucker. And the other, I forgot the other dude's name. I think it's like Genji or some shit. But he comes in and starts, like, beating the shit out of him, and then once, Hensagaya gets his fucking Bankai back, yeah, he folds him, but to what event? To what? Because clearly, you freezing him and shit like that, he clearly is still alive, because the whole shit breaks and his powers, like, skyrocket. Once we haven't seen this yet, we haven't seen what comes of this. We're probably going to see what comes of this next episode. It just seems like, they keep saying this is the final evasion, the final evasion. Like, motherfucker, we still got like 30 to 40 episodes left. Like, this shit ain't the final fucking evasion. Hopefully not, because I'll be pissed. But overall, this episode, fantastic. It's just a great episode, man. I know people probably getting mad because they haven't seen Ichigo in a minute. And this is probably the longest we haven't seen Ichigo. This is definitely probably the longest time period we really haven't seen him. Like, I think end of episode 1 of this season, then we haven't seen him at all. Like, we haven't seen any of the kids from the high school with him. Like, it's kind of weird to not have that. But I also like that, I forgot to talk about this last episode, but I like that I think it was Kisuke that walked. No, it wasn't Kisuke. Yeah, it was Kisuke. I forgot the fuck walked up to get into Fuck, man, I'll remember later. It's gonna piss me off. His three friends from high school that like suddenly figured out that Ichigo is a fucking Soul Reaper, and they gave him like a 1 day pass. I think it wasn't Renji. No, it wasn't Renji. It couldn't be Renji. But they gave him a 1 day pass to like be like, look, this is gonna be the last time y'all probably see Ichigo. Like we might have to keep him here because we don't know how to control his powers. Like practically, that's what they're telling him. Like we don't know how to, we don't know what to do with his powers. What the fuck is his name? I know one is T something. Fuck, it's gonna bother me. But um, yeah. So practically, at the end of this fight, I wonder if they think that hold on, sorry. I wonder if they think that Ichigo might turn into a Quincy, or does it scare them that like maybe he would? I don't know, man. I really don't, because I'm like, I hope that they give him a chance. I mean, they give him a chance to like get his shit out of it, like just to work it out. But I don't think they're gonna give him a chance. I think they're too scared to fight him. I think they're too scared to try to like stop him. And or they know they probably can't if he continues to get his shit. If he continues to get stronger, I think that scares the shit out of all of them, man. It sucks, man. Bothers me, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do with the rest of this. I'm gonna figure this shit out, man. Katsu. Haha, this is his sister. Ah, man, the dude that looks like Gary. That's not her. Nope, 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 nope. That's oh shit. Man, I used to fucking know these names like the back of my hand, but you only see them like once. Hold on, humans, Hashigami. No, Odahime. They saying Odahime is a fucking human. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, she is human. Um, they don't even show his friends up here. Hold on. Anime, Fullbringers. What the fuck? They're not showing any of his peoples. But yeah, y'all know if you know the show. Oh, that's gonna bother me because they show Hiratu. What the fuck? They don't show his homeboy. Oh, there is his Keigo. Duh, Keigo. Yes, and Tatsu. I'm looking literally right at their fucking names. I'm so mad at myself right now. And so it's Keigo, Tatsu, Tatsuki. No, it's not Tatsuki. Whatever. And yeah, Haruka. You know what, man? You know what? I need to go back to watch the fucking anime again. I cannot believe I can't remember the pronunciation of these names. But they went to those three, told them like, man, this is the last time you're gonna see Ichigo. Not we might have to either A, kill him, or B, he might either die, or we're gonna have to keep him in the fucking Soul Society. No matter what, he's gonna be in the Soul Society again. So just putting it out there. Okay? Fuck. Yeah, man, I'm just excited about this the next episode, man. I'm excited about the rest of the season for real. I'm excited about the rest of the 1,000-year Blood War, because they have not disappointed, not one motherfucking bit. And I love that the big three of anime is coming back in full fucking force. Let's get it. All right, so with that is Bleach Tuesday. I was going to talk about more things, but I did not know it was almost 12 o'clock right now. So with that, I want to say I love all of you. Where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find your podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finance. And with that, I want to say I love all of you. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.